Hello and welcome to Salty About Health. My name is Dalaney and I'm here with my mom and co-host, Mary. So, Mom, why are we salty about health?
Good question. It's because both of us have had struggles, some more serious than others, and no one showed us simple ways we could jump into the driver's seat and take control.
And why are we sharing our views with our listeners?
Well, because we want our listeners to realize that it may take time, but with some simple knowledge about health, they'll be able to make a few changes and dig deeper to take control of their well being and live a more vibrant life.
That's fantastic. But right now, before we get into all of that, we just need to do some housekeeping. Here we go. This is an opinion-based podcast. This is not in any way offered as a diagnosis or treatment for any disease, illness, or infirmity for physical or mental condition or any other condition you may have. We are not doctors or practitioners of any kind. Persons needing medical care should obtain it from a medical practitioner. So, consult your practitioner before making any health decision. The opinions offered here in this podcast are ours alone. Again, we're not doctors, and the banter you're going to be listening to is our view and our view alone. Okay, that's done. We, of course, also want to have an open dialogue with our listeners. So stay tuned to the end of the episode, and we'll let you know all of the ways that we can connect. Welcome, everyone. We are happy to have you back for episode 34. Today, we're going to talk about natural remedies to control the itching for insect bites. Woo! Some of us, like me, sometimes do not get an intense response. Mom wrote that. I sometimes get an intense response and am very itchy from insect bites. But Mom looks at a bug and has an allergic reaction.
Okay. Rub it in. That's true. So I definitely get a histamine response when I am bitten by an insect. So when I saw an article in my inbox about natural remedies, I thought our listeners would like the information also. A lot of the information is going to be taken from the Healthy Home Economist article, which we have linked in the show notes, but also other articles are linked in the notes as well. And I remember the first time you got stung by a bee. Okay. And I was all worried about you. You cried like you got killed, and there was like nothing. And now if I get stung by a bee, my whole body swells and, it takes a week or so to go down. You're like, there's this little mark on you, but you acted like, it was the end of the world. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
It was very painful.
Yeah, right.
Well, we all love warm weather, at least Mom and I do, but the warm weather also brings out the bugs. Ugh. And Mom and I are both paranoid about bugs. So ticks, spiders, mosquitoes, bees, ants, etc. For some reason, all like to bite you, and I just wish they would leave me alone in my little bubble, but they terrorize us on my porch at home like the bees do. And I just want to be like, there's the whole yard, like go fly around somewhere else. But anyways, all these bites can leave you with red, itchy reactions.
Now, I wouldn't say they terrify me,
But
but they're annoying. Yes.
They find us. Like that's, I think, because most people are just like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, because they don't constantly try to land on you. Like, I feel like I am personally targeted.
Well, when I get bit, I do have a reaction.
Yeah.
I remember when we lived in Arizona and there were a lot of the fire ants. And if I got bit by a fire ant, oh my, it'd be 2 weeks before it went down. And those were painful.
Yeah.
Now, by the end of the 2 years that I lived there, I think my body started getting used to it. And it'd be maybe 3 or 4 days and it wouldn't be, so bad. But I would always be outside and I would be moving my feet because they were all over the ground.
Yeah.
So when you were talking to someone, they kind of looked at you and I was just always moving because they always seemed to find me.
Yep. They did.
So, so that's why I don't like bugs, because there's just a little more painful if I get bit. And spider bites, oh my gosh, and you've been bit by a spider because you have the two little fang marks.
Yep.
It's like, but what is that we use? What is that gel? Arnica gel.
Oh, arnica, yeah.
It's an off-label use for that because I think it's used for bruises or something. But I put that on a spider bite once and it cleared it up. So I use arnica quite a bit for my bug bites, which I didn't add in here. But anyway, so those bites definitely get the immune system to react, especially mine. So it can become very itchy. And a lot of times you want to scratch the area, even though you shouldn't, because that can lead to an infection. So that is why we want to share with our listeners natural ways to quell the itching.
Yep. But of course, before that, we're going to let you know what's actually happening in your body when you get bit by an insect.
Yes, the reaction from the immune system happens when an insect pricks your skin and leaves behind saliva or a bit of venom that is identified as an invader by our immune systems. In response to the bite, our bodies release histamines, which is a type of protein. So then lymphocytes, which is a type of blood cell, rush to the infected area, resulting in an itch.
And I had so this is a very specific weird scenario, but I had just shaved my legs and then we were visiting with friends and their dog really loves to give kisses to everybody. So it like licked my leg and I definitely had like an itchy reaction to it.
Oh, wow.
I think it got into where I had to like just shaved.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I'm not allergic to dogs. But yeah,
must have been something in the saliva.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you said saliva, I was like, yep, that's a thing because they left behind some saliva. It's like my leg blew up.
So now you're gonna have to have someone else lick your leg after you shave it and see if that happens all the time.
No, it's not gonna happen. Anyways, the dermatologist Neil B. Schultz explains this itching process this way. Itching is a low-grade form of pain. The insect is injecting a material into your skin that causes inflammation, which is redness, swelling, tenderness, and heat, that then becomes an itch. The body's natural reaction to the bite is to release histamine, a compound that signals an allergic reaction, which causes the itching.
Okay, so now we want to inform our listeners of natural ways to stop the itching to minimize the impulse to scratch, because scratching can break the skin and give way to bacteria and cause the area to become infected.
So, there are some store-bought remedies that our listeners may already have in their medicine cabinets, like antihistamine tablets and topical antihistamines like Benadryl cream. There's also hydrocortisone anti-itch creams such as Cortisone 10 or Gold Bond. Cortisol, more commonly known as hydrocortisone, is a hormonal steroid that basically stimulates anti-inflammatory or anti-irritant devices in your body, helping to ease the sensation of the itch. But of course, Mom and I are going to give you ideas for some more natural remedies to stop the itch.
Okay, so witch hazel is great for insect bites. It is inexpensive and easy to find. I actually use that every morning and evening on my face. I've done it for years.
I do too.
Yeah, I had heard that it helps with the pH of your skin. And I also use an organic brand since I use it every day. But for bug bite, you simply apply it to a cotton pad and press it firmly to the bite area. Continue with the pressure for a minute or so. The natural astringent action of the healing herb is what brings quick relief. The author of the article uses witch hazel primarily for mild mosquito bites and flea bites. And for your information, witch hazel also contains gallic acid, which has antiviral and antifungal properties. In addition, essential oils, natural resins, and flavonoids contribute to witch hazel's gentle but powerful antiseptic and broad spectrum antimicrobial properties. So, for those attempting to eliminate exposure to toxic synthetic astringents, witch hazel offers all the same benefits without any synthetic and hormone disrupting fragrances, chemicals, and preservatives.
And tea tree oil is another excellent herb for treating insect bites of all kinds. It's a staple in my house because it has so many uses and it smells great. It's really refreshing. It's stronger than witch hazel, so if the bite is more than mildly irritating, this is probably a better choice. And a little definitely goes a long way. Like I said, it's potent, so you just have to use a few drops at a time. It seems to work really well on ant bites, which can be really painful. Mom has told me it works for mosquito and flea bites as well.
Yes, I wish I would have known this back when we lived in Arizona when you
Yeah.
were, how old? You were very young. That would have been great. And in Florida has a lot of ants too that bite.
That bite, yeah.
Have you ever been bitten by a big red ant or a carpenter ant or anything?
I don't think so, because I like will feel them crawling on me and just like
Scream.
scream and run
Run.
away. No. But we actually have a lot of them here, like the carpenter ants. So I'm just like on the lookout.
Yeah. Do you have them on your deck and things like that? If you have a lot of them, like we did at the cabin, then you can get it treated or put like boric acid or something down
Yeah, I
because
put
they
that
do
in all the
destroy.
windows and sliders. That at my house, it's not that bad. I'm staying at somebody else's house right now.
Oh, are they? Well, yeah, you might want to grab some boric acid. That's just bad. I think they're very destructive, carpenter
Yeah,
ants.
yeah.
Or you may want to let the people know and they can maybe do something about it.
Yeah, well, we bought the household cleaner. Here's another fun fact that's random. Because my grandmother was all excited about this. So the Miss Myers everyday house cleaner for some reason like kills ants on
It
impact,
does.
which it's totally like I'm pretty sure like a human can accidentally ingest it and be fine, but for some reason it like touches the ants and they just like curl up and die. So I've just been spraying them with that.
Yes, I had told her about that because at the office, it's all I keep is natural stuff. And we had infestation at one point, and all I had was that, and it one spray, and it just wiped him out.
Yep. So she actually thought it was only ant killer. And I
Oh,
had to explain to her that it's just a household cleaner because she's like, oh, I bought this ant killer stuff. I was like, well, actually.
yes, it's a household cleaner. Well, what
Yeah.
it is, it's essential oils. So it's the
Mhm.
enzymes from the essential oils. And it's amazing how potent essential oils can be. And I think we did an episode on that also. But remember, if you use tea tree, also put it in a carrier oil or lotion. Whatever lotion I'm using, I just put a few drops of, let's say, the tea tree in there and then rub it on because you don't want to put essential oils directly on the skin because number one, they evaporate real quick
Mhm.
and they could be harsh on the skin.
Yeah. But
So
listen to our essential oils episode, and we interviewed an expert basically, so you can learn
yes,
all about that.
yes, that was a fun episode.
That was
This one is interesting. Rubbing the inside of a banana peel is a traditional Chinese remedy for mosquito bites.
like on the mosquito bite.
Yes,
Okay.
it works very well. And for some people, it is the only thing short of steroid creams that brings relief.
Huh.
In my experience, the peel approach works best when the banana is medium ripe. In other words, the peel should have no more than a few brown spots.
Oh, you've tried this?
I have. And I will say that I don't like really sweet bananas anyway. Like when they
Yeah.
get brown, I don't know who I
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
we
people
like
can
them
eat
with
them that
some
way.
green still, and everyone looks at me really
'Cause
weird, but I'm like, I don't like when they're too ripe.
yeah. So too much sugar.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know, but I
A
like
lot more sugar.
would get headaches from them, so I'm just now being able to like eat a few. Like if they're mixed in a smoothie or something, I don't react anymore. So
Oh, that's
exciting.
good.
Yeah,
Must be all the detox stuff you did and
I
the
think so.
vitamins and
And my
yeah,
chia seeds.
that's right. So this remedy is particularly helpful if you are on the road and don't have quick access to other remedies. You can just stop at a supermarket and grab a banana in an emergency and, then you'll have something to eat too. Or if you are at my cousin's house, because she eats a banana every morning, so they are always around.
There you go.
And this is just, I've added this. So, for your information, if you have a latex allergy, banana is cross reactive with latex,
Oh,
as are avocados, chestnut, apple, kiwi, potato, tomato, melon, and papaya. So, that would be a great episode also. Cross reactivities. I don't think people realize that if they have a ragweed pollen, you should look up, cross reactivities to ragweed, and then you can see all this food you're adding in your diet that's just compounding the problem.
huh. That is interesting because my roommate in college had a latex allergy, but definitely ate more bananas than I ever did.
Yes. So that's one thing to be mindful of and take those foods out
Yeah.
also.
Hmm. So the article we're pulling all this information from also has a recipe for a homemade herbal salve. So we all like a good salve. This contains 6 herbs: comfrey, which soothes and reduces swelling and is just miraculous. Isn't that knit bone in
Yes.
for the Native Americans? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So side note, if you buy this for this mix, then you can just also use it on your aches and pains, and it's pretty great.
Yes,
Use
I
it.
really like cut free. Yeah,
Yeah.
I grow it too, but I prefer I'm lazy, so I just buy them off Amazon. But yeah, it's a great herb.
Yeah. Uh, Echinacea provides natural antibiotic properties, and it's good to help your immune system. Yarrow flower helps counter infection, stops the pain, and encourages rapid healing. Rosemary leaf extract acts as a natural preservative for the salve and probably the smell because rosemary is very powerful.
Oh, I
Uh,
love the smell of
no,
rosemary.
yeah, in a good way. It's just probably gonna smell like rosemary. Plantain leaf helps to counter stings, stop itches, heal wounds, and relieve pain. And that makes sense to me because plantains are related to bananas. Calendula flower is helpful for bites that are red, tender, and oozing.
It's, I always say calendula also, but if you go to a natural shop, they'll say calendula. But anyway,
I
I
added
just
a J. What is that? Also, I'd like to clarify on the air, live for mom. She says wreaking havoc correctly. I looked it up on the internet.
I did you get my email? I did email you one too
Oh, did you?
about yes.
Okay. So,
I know you were probably telling everybody how I was saying it wrong and then
no, I was
decided
telling
to
everybody
fact
how
check.
confused I was because my husband agreed with me, and then we looked it up and we're like, oh, wow, our whole generation doesn't know what we're saying.
Wow, that's true. And I only have a bachelor's degree, and you guys are higher degrees than me and got it wrong. Yay. But back to the calendula, whatever, however you're going to say that flower, that is an amazing ointment. It really repairs the skin and does a great job on it. So if people look at this article, because I added the recipe in the notes, just to do your research on that is great because it's good for so many things and for your skin. So,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so check out this homemade recipe in the show notes if you want to give it a shot and make your own and then send us a picture. Let's see how it turned out.
yeah. And I'll just say, since we're talking about skin, neem oil is great for your skin too, but boy, that stinks. So if anybody has a way of, I got pure neem oil and I end up never using it because of the smell.
Mix it with the rosemary.
I don't think you can get rid of the smell, but
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
thinking of calendula and neem would be really wonderful, but you really have to get past that smell.
Mm,
But anyway,
okay.
okay. So this next one is cool. It was new to me. So I looked it up on Amazon and it actually has really good reviews and stories of amazing recoveries for skin conditions.
Mm,
And we're talking staph and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to have to try it. So I am going to have to purchase it and I'll let y'all know. It is Allison gel, and the author uses it when an insect bite is so bad that it risks infection or even disease. This is particularly true if there has been quite a bit of scratching going on with less than perfectly clean fingernails. In those situations, it's best to bring out the biggest gun of all, and that's the Allison extract liquid or gel. And I think it was gel on the internet that I was looking at.
okay.
Allison is the most beneficial substance in raw garlic. Well, at least that's what they think. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But the author says that there is no other natural remedy on the planet she has come across that is as strong in concentrated form.
Wow.
She keeps her bottle in the refrigerator to preserve potency, and a single drop of Allison liquid or gel contains the equivalent of 4 raw garlic cloves. Yet application to the skin does not burn, although it does have a slight garlic odor, which quickly dissipates.
But I mean, garlic. I love the smell of garlic. So I'd be okay with that.
Yes. Yes, but if anybody's interested, they should go on Amazon and read the reviews on this.
Okay.
And it's amazing what people, I mean, people were writing in saying, "Oh, I had this rash or something on my skin for 4 years and nothing, I went to the dermatologist, nothing worked. And then I used this and it was gone."
Wow.
So,
That's cool. Well, now we'll go through some other remedies that mom found on the interwebs. The articles will be listed in the show notes so y'all can take a look. And I'm sure that our listeners will have a lot of the ingredients already in their kitchens. Milk and water is something that you can use. So you can mix equal parts skim milk and water, dip a thin cloth into the mixture, and dab it on your skin. The protein from milk is supposed to be super soothing. And I mean, calamine lotion kind of looks like milk, like pink milk.
it does. And we haven't even added that in here, but I love calamine lotion.
Yeah,
It
that's a
works.
classic.
Yeah, and it works. And if you
Yeah.
look at all the classic things,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them just come from natural remedies.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love calamine lotion.
Yeah.
So lemon and lime juice provide itch relief and are
Oh,
antibacterial. But if you go this route, make sure you're inside. These juices can burn your skin if you're out in the sun.
yikes.
And I think for Delaney, brighten her hair.
Yeah, so if you have a bug bite on your head, maybe brighten your hair while you're at it. I don't know. So dabbing a few drops of lavender oil on the itchy or painful bite can help dull the sensation, and that'll help you resist touching and picking at it. So don't forget to put the lavender oil in a carrier oil or lotion before applying it because it is on your skin.
Yeah, basil leaves contain chemicals such as camphor, which creates a cooling feeling similar to menthol in toothpaste. So crush a few leaves and apply the bits directly to the insect bite. Or again, if you have the oil, dilute it in a carrier oil or lotion and then apply it.
Which is fantastic because I have my own little basil plant now, so I'll have to do that.
Yes, you did. You mentioned that before.
Yep.
It was organic too, right? You just
Yeah, it
right
was
there.
at because it was at Walmart in the grocery section. And then my favorite, which I've talked about multiple times, so I will not get up on my soapbox, but apple cider vinegar is amazing. So not only does it work for sunburn, it also is a great home remedy for blocking the itching because of its low acidic levels. So you dab it onto the individual spots. Or if you've just become a bug buffet, just put it all over. Oh, and you can add 2 to 3 cups to warm water to soak in the tub, which you might want to do because it is a little stinky. Because I have
It
put it on
is.
for sunburn and then you just kind of smell like weird warm vinegar. So the
It
tub idea
is.
is cool. I like that idea.
I used it on my hair not long ago, but in the
Okay.
morning. And then all day I'm like, ooh, what is this
Yeah, like
smell?
what is that? Yeah, it's just like a little, like it's not like super strong, but you're just like, ooh, like let's get a whiff of something.
Okay, so an ice cube can constrict the blood vessels and decrease the body's natural histamine release. An ice pack will also work.
There you go. Tea bags. And I'm assuming it has to be like
Yeah,
tea, like
tea.
from the tea plant. Yeah, you
Because
can't just like, because I
of the
like herbal teas, so it's like if I just throw my little like raspberry pizzazz thing on there, it's not gonna do anything.
No, I think it's the tannins. I'm not sure, but I think it's the tannins in the tea.
Okay, so you need like from the tea plant, so like white,
But
green, or black tea.
uh-huh. But saying that, you can buy comfrey tea and you can add them both and maybe get, an extra bang for your
There
buck.
you go.
Yeah, do comfrey and a regular like black
So
tea.
steep your tea. Can you like steep your tea and then use it?
Well, you're going to use a tea bag. Yeah. Oh,
Right,
definitely.
right. But you
Then
have to
so
take
you'll
the
have
tea bag out
you'll have the
anyways.
drink.
Yeah.
So you'll be
This
chilling,
is
drinking
the
your tea
best
while you
option
put it.
so far.
Yes.
Okay. So the tea bags draw fluid out of the bite to reduce itching and swelling. So brew your cup of tea to relax. And then once you take the tea bag out, let it cool and then put it on your bug bite. That is perfect. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, and you guys, you're going up to the great outdoors this weekend.
Yeah.
And so you'll have to try some of these if you get a bug
If I
bite.
get a bite. Yeah, but I do have natural bug spray, so we're gonna start with
That's
that. But yes.
that's true. A baking soda soak in the tub may help. Being alkaline, the bicarbonate of soda will help neutralize pH levels at the infected sites. So add a cup, of baking soda to a tub of warm water, hop in and relax for 20 minutes or so.
So my question then here though, because our last episode about aluminum, isn't it in baking soda? So what do you suggest about that?
I would go to a health food store somewhere and get the non-aluminum containing.
Boom. Okay.
So if you don't need a full body soak, you can make a paste to selectively apply instead. Mix 2 parts baking soda with 1 part water and stir until a paste forms and then apply to the itch. And I think that's what we did for bee stings when we were little.
Okay.
I
feel like I've done that before.
Yeah.
The paste. I think you did that for my bug bite or my bee sting.
Did I? Yeah,
I think
probably.
So. Yeah, because we were worried
Which
I was
was
gonna be like you.
exactly. I was gonna say, which really was non-existent, but that's okay. But by the screaming and yelling, you wouldn't know that.
It was just the whole scene because it was like on my horse and then you like demanded that we ride under this tree and
I did not demand. No, we were all
the
there.
way the road went. So
yeah,
but like this
I think we said be quiet or something, and because you're with your dad and me and we were riding and you'd never been stung before, but we always had to go past this one tree that had
and
a
you could
bee's
hear
nest in
it
it.
humming as you came up to it. Like there were so many bees.
Yes.
So I was already freaked out. So I think it was just
they probably smelled the fear.
Yeah, I think so. But it's like when you watch a scary movie and they build the suspense up with that. Like it's literally like then that one little thing set me off.
Well, you were really young too. So
yeah.
And then I didn't know it was going to, so I'm like, okay, now we got to go back because I had no idea what was going to happen to you. Because if you were like me, then it wouldn't have been, it would have been bad. But it turned out you weren't. You turned out more like your dad. And it's like, oh, no big deal. No swelling, no nothing.
It did hurt though.
So I'm wondering, Delaney, did you really get stung?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because we had to pull the stupid stinger out.
I'm joking.
Anyways, and I know bees are good for the planet and I'm pro bees. I just don't want them to touch me.
Well, they don't want to touch you either, not the honeybees, because when they sting, they die.
Yeah.
So
So
they don't want to do that.
Go away. So just pollinate the flowers over there. So anyways, if you are out camping, which when I'm outdoors, I like, and I'm in their space, I'd like to point out that I like try to be understanding about
But
it.
when
And
they're
I
in,
try to remove myself because I know it's their space, but it's like if they get in the house, like I've had wasps come into the house. I'm like, no, this is my turf. So, anyways,
it's all out war.
yes, it was. Okay, anyways, so if you're out camping and you don't have any anti-itch supplies with you, you can easily find mud and apply it to the itch. I would suggest doing that pre-scratching. Like don't scratch and then apply mud because simply apply a thin layer to your bite to relieve the itch and or swelling. It's Mother Nature's natural skincare product and one of the oldest proven remedies you can find. Mud also can protect you from the sun if you don't have any sunscreen. It's just great for your skin with the minerals and stuff. I mean, we did talk about how much aluminum's in the soil, but you do what you can. It's great if you can get like a mud shampoo and conditioner.
And it's great when you can jump in it like you did in Korea. And
I did, yeah. They have a whole festival on the beach with mud. I also that's Sulphur Springs. Those are good too, though, for wounds. My friend got wounded when we were swimming, and then we went to the Sulphur Spring, and then it like magically healed it. It was really freaky. Like the next day, it was like gone. She had like this big gash on her leg, and then gone.
Well, that's cool. Where were the Sulphur Springs at?
New Zealand.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. No, we talked about that in the last episode. We like sulfur.
We do.
Okay, so with all that being said, remember that insects are usually more active at dusk and dawn. So you may want to dress appropriately to avoid bites at those times of the day. And I also apply a natural insect repellent if I know I will be in an area that I will need it. And the one I have found that works best for me and that I use is called Herbal Armor Natural Insect Repellent by All Terrain. I put a link, to this in the show notes, and Delaney mentioned that she uses one. I don't know which one you use. Does it work?
Look at the label. Yeah, I don't remember. But
yeah, because I had gone through a few of them, ones that you rub on, ones that you do this at, and this one by far, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And then there's citronella candles.
Yeah, you can use citronella, things like that to burn while you're out on the patio. And a lot of people will have, especially if you have a porch, put in the overhead fans, and that keeps like mosquitoes away.
Yeah, because the breeze, right? Like it's, if you are out at dusk and dawn and it's kind of breezy, you'll probably notice that there's not as many bugs because they don't want to fly around in that. So
yeah, I don't know the reason, but I know like if you go to Assateague here on the East Coast that, they have the ponies and you'll find them out on the beach when it's breezy just to get rid of the bugs because there's not as many. Because otherwise there's quite a few down there.
And then also, if you're just getting bugged by like little gnats, like maybe stuff that's not really biting you, the reason that it feels like they're always in your face, I was told this at a volleyball tournament, it was really great because like there are all these gnats just like flying around the field. And the people we were playing were like, well, they go to the highest part of your body for some reason. They just like, so literally if you just put one arm up, they will then circle around your arm and stay away from your head. I mean, not practical if you're outside all night, but for some temporary relief.
I'm going to try that.
Right?
I'm going to try that.
It instantly worked. It was wild.
Okay. Because I was somewhere not long ago and there were gnats and they always want to go in your eye.
Yep.
And if I would have known, I just had to raise my arm up.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. It's so crazy.
That is cool. I will try that.
Yeah. So anyways, that kind of tip and other ones, we'd love to hear from our listeners. Let us know other natural remedies that you use for insects, bites, and itching, but even just like keeping them away from you.
Yes.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. And again, we want to hear from you guys. We always want to hear from you guys. Please, please, please reach out to us. And here are just a few ways that you can do that. You can reach out via Instagram and Facebook. Find us at Salty About Health, even Snapchat at Salty Health. You can email us at saltyabout.health@gmail.com. Or if you just want to find all that in one place, check out our website, saltyabout.health.com. We've got all the ways for you to listen and connect there. And finally, if you like what you hear today, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. We really appreciate it. So, Mom, if they want to hear from you on social media, where can they find you?
Okay, I am a certified health coach and I do coach one-on-one. So if you're interested, you can contact me at mary@feedyourselfhealthy.com. I also do research for people who are interested in finding alternative approaches to do in conjunction with the health issue or illness their doctor is treating them for. So again, just reach out to me at mary@feedyourselfhealthy.com or follow me on Twitter at feedyourselfhealthy, which is spelled FEEDURSELFHLTHY. That's where they can find me.
Cool. Okay. And if you guys want to find me, I'm not a health coach, but I'm on Instagram hanging out there at Dalaney.a. Find out how to spell my name in the show notes and everything. And of course, I'll be the one mainly keeping an eye on the social media. So always happy to chat with you guys via the Salty Network. Also, just want to shout out our intro and outro music. It is by Yule, and you can find her at www.yulearts.com. That's EULARTS. You can also find her on Instagram at Yule_arts or Spotify and YouTube. Check her out. Her piano music and everything else is amazing. And until next time, stay salty.
Stay salty.